Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX India A-List in our endeavour to bring forth the stories of some of India's finest and brightest. Today we've put together yet another unmissable telecast with India's who's who. In this telecast, we're being joined by someone who needs actually no introduction, the very gorgeous Shilpa Shetty. She's a Bollywood powerhouse, starting as a 90s heartthrob in films like Bazigar. She's now evolved into a multifaceted star as well as a business owner. We're also being joined by Saima Khan, a young philanthropist and inspiration to the youth worldwide. She works as a community outreach specialist at several projects and is also a humanitarian. We're also being joined by Mr. Ankit Singh, founder of Diamond XE. Diamond XE is an online exchange that caters to suppliers, dealers and end users in a seamless and transparent manner. With an extensive inventory of over 5 lakh certified natural and lab-grown diamonds, Diamond XE offers an unparalleled selection to dealers and consumers. Buyers benefit from transparent pricing and inventory range to suit varied preferences, hassle-free returns and an ultimate buying overall experience. Let's watch some of these special interviews.
Versatile actor.
It's the first woman cop, as I said earlier as well.
Belong to the ATS. So yes, I'm really gutted that I'm not wearing the uniform, but saying that, it's a very well-etched part. She's someone who works with the Gujarat, she heads the Gujarat ATS.
Showcasing her talent on OTT now.
You've also encountered a lot of women cops as well in your day-to-day life.
It has kind of done justice to the position and the character without any gender bias.
NewsX India A-List proudly recognizes Shilpa Shetty Kundra for excellence in acting.
Hello and welcome, I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this special interview as part of our NewsX A-List series. We're in conversation today with an actor who needs no introduction, Shilpa Shetty Kundra. But today she's here with two firsts. Yes, her OTT debut and also the first woman cop in the Indian police universe of Rohit Shetty. So firstly, Shilpa, welcome to NewsX. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
I know after so many years in the industry, rare to have firsts now being attached to your name again. But another debut for you, this time your OTT one. What's the feeling like?
I always approach my work like a newcomer, even today. I still have butterflies in my stomach when I go on set, especially when it's the first day, when you're just getting under the skin of the character, when you're reading your lines, giving your shot. I still feel like, oh God, am I going to be able to do it justice? Am I doing it with ample amount of authenticity? Can I be honest to this part? All these questions. So for me, I'm not surprised when even after 30 years, I am able to do something new, and it excites me. So yes, my OTT debut is something that I'm looking forward to. I hope people enjoy it too.
But OTT debut with Indian Police Force, completely different industry and completely different role to what it was then, wasn't it, with Bazigar?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think, like I said, at the end of it all, you have to be able to surprise your audiences with a different character. And I can assure you that this definitely is one of those. Yes.
It's the first woman cop, as I said earlier as well. And Rohit Shetty has, I think, done a PhD in police forces and police characters. So for you, how was that feeling? Entering this police universe, that too as the first woman cop. I know it's your first, role like this as well, where you're donning the uniform in this manner.
I haven't donned it because I'm undercover and I belong to the ATS. So. Yes, I'm really gutted that I'm not wearing the uniform, but saying that, it's a very well-etched part. She's someone who works with the Gujarat, she heads the Gujarat ATS, and then she gets transferred. And her role is a very significant one and plays catalyst in the entire journey of storytelling. So I'm just too excited. Also the fact being that I play because the benchmark is so high, with the characters that he casts in his cop verse. Then that added pressure of being the first woman cop.
Yeah.
It was a bit daunting in the beginning, but then he made it so easy for me. It was all laid out, all the homework was already done, so I literally had to come and prepare on the day and play my part. But the exciting aspects were for sure that I got the opportunity to do my own stunts without a stunt double, by the way.
Oh wow.
There were no stunt doubles.
Okay.
And also I get to play the role of Shetty for the first time in 30 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's another first.
Yes.
Yes. But you know, just talking about the role, how you approached it, was Rohit Shetty your sounding board for how the character should be, given his PhD as we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've also encountered a lot of, you know, women cops as well in your day-to-day life.
Yes.
So was there something that inspiration that you took from anyone or any few of them as well?
I think there are a lot of women in different fields who are in a place of power, and I don't think when they're exercising that power, the gender bias comes into play. So I feel that people respect the position, and I love the fact that Rohit has kind of done justice to the position and the character without any gender bias. So he's projected Tara Shetty as a character playing that position, and like you rightly said, I think he knows the milieu so well that I just had implicit faith in what I was saying, how I was being projected. I never had any doubts about how Tara was going to look because I knew I was in good hands. And after the trailer released, just the love and the excitement that it has garnered, especially Tara, that she's able to like kick ass and, you know, she really holds her own ground even with all, you know, because it's a workplace that is we're outnumbered by the men.
Yeah.
And despite that, all the women who are in those positions, in the forces, like for one, I've taken the name of Kiran Bediji. Like when she was in that position, she was amazing, you know. So I think I've tried to kind of seek inspiration from
And
there
she was
as
right
well.
here in our city.
Yes,
of
exactly.
Delhi. Yes.
And it is about the Delhi cops. Yeah.
But also, you know, getting to do the action yourself as well, as you're saying, you know, that again is something that we are seeing now a lot in the industry, but earlier we never used to. You know, it was often you were the one being saved, not the one actually saving. So how was that for you? And do you believe also that's a, you know, sign of the changing times?
Absolutely. I mean, times are constantly changing, content is changing, people are changing. So, you know, you have to evolve, you have to cater to those audiences. And as an actor, I think it was a very difficult part because actors normally don't do stunts on their own. You're not, honestly, I don't even think I was given a choice. Rohit wanted to, you know, shoot it in a particular way, and we just dived in, we just used no stunt doubles. We did all our action ourselves. Literally getting down to breaking a leg. And but it's all well worth it, you know, because when you see the end product and you see how it's going to look, I just hope that it's appreciated and people see that it's pretty gritty, it's pretty realistic, the way the action is shot.
Yes, you know, and we've been seeing that with your choreograph over the last couple of years, the kind of roles you're doing and you're getting as well. Are you hoping that will, you know, continue? Because as you're saying, things are changing, content is changing. Abroad, we see this a lot, you know, where stars, of course, are able to diversify and do so much different content, despite the gender and despite the age. Do you believe that's something that we are seeing in India, or hopefully will see more of?
Absolutely. I think it's a great time for actors and for filmmakers, where they're really challenging audiences' minds with interesting content. And today I just feel like, you know, 40 is the new 25, really. And you can't be restricted by age. You have to look the part. And that's what's important. And if a filmmaker chooses to cast you, he will cast you because you fit the role and you fit the bill, not because of your age. He'll not cast you because you're young, you know. You have to fit the role. So I just feel that I feel people are also ready to see actors, you know, doing different stuff, and especially actresses. I think it's a great time. It's a welcome change to see parts being written for heroines, and more female-led movies out there, whether it be theatrical or you know, OTT. So it's a great time to be in the industry.
Okay, and is it true that the Shetty Milan was destined to happen earlier, but hua nahi?
हाँ हुआ नहीं उस वक्त, लेकिन there's always the right time and place for everything, I guess, and there couldn't have been a better time and a better role for me to start my collaboration with Rohit, and couldn't have been a better setting than his cop verse, and I take it as a huge compliment.
And trust him to do the reverse again. Normally, you know, you're asked to reduce weight for a special song or a special scene. यहाँ बोला कि थोड़ा बढ़ा दो.
Yeah, exactly.
कैसे
He
किया?
was like, he wanted me to put on, he wanted me to look tough.
Yeah.
He didn't want me to look lean. He wanted me to look like I could pack a punch.
Yeah.
And that's why the action looks so realistic.
Yes.
That, you know, when I hit, it looks like I've really hit.
Yeah.
And when I kick, you know, I have long legs. So he's made use of that.
Yeah.
So it's really the director's vision.
Did you enjoy that?
I
You're
loved
so
it.
disciplined. So
I loved it. I loved it. No, I mean, that was muscle weight.
Yeah.
So I really had to work hard on my lower body.
Yes.
So
The
it's a different
exercises.
technique to doing that. But yeah, I think with heroes, the actors will always say, you know, beef up or, you know, reduce. Here, a director told the heroine, no, you need to put on a little bit of weight. So it was the same kind of, the same theory.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was reading somewhere that your son is already beefed up.
He's not beefed up, he's very lean.
Abs. He's got
abs though, yes, he does have abs.
Is he taking fitness tips from you?
He can give me fitness tips. He's like, I tell you, today's kids are just they're too with it, the Gen Z.
Yes.
He says, no, Mama, I'm not Gen Z, I'm Gen A. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, they're very well aware of what's going on around them. In fact, sometimes he gives me great trivia on what's out there in the fitness industry. And there's so much to learn from, you know, these little souls. Their ingenuity just surprises me.
Yeah.
Doesn't cease to surprise me, actually.
Yes. I was talking to Vivek earlier, and he was telling me about how proud he felt when he saw his father don the uniform, Suresh Oberoi ji, back in Tezab. Is that something your son will probably feel as well? You feel when he'll see Indian Police Force again, not don the uniform but play the officer, the ATS officer?
You know, I have to tell you, when he saw, firstly, I did Indian Police Force for my son.
Okay.
He wanted me to do this part because he's a huge fan of Rohit's films and his action. Most boys are, I think. And I literally pushed myself to do it because I was really in the midst of too much at that time, only for my son's sake. And I've never felt more proud as a mum and as an artist. You know, when my son saw my trailer and he said, "That's my mum," and just that glint in his eye of pride. I think he's never felt more proud of me as an actor. He knew I was an actor and I'm famous and all of that. Children gauge all of that very early. But a certain sense of happiness that I was able to give him. I was able to entertain my 11-and-a-half-year-old, and that gave me a lot of happiness.
Okay, well, I'm sure you'll keep making him proud and making all of us proud.
Thank you.
But thank you so much, and really looking forward to, of course, Indian Police Force. Do go out and support it and give it a lot of love. It's their labor of love. Shilpa, thank you.
Young leader driving positive change.
The biggest achievements have been so far.
The Queen Elizabeth Young Leader Award right before she passed away. So I was the last one and the first one to receive it from UAE. That was a very big accolade.
Women Right is the vision ahead.
Along your journey through the way, the projects that have been closest to your heart.
In Bihar, where I'm working with AICT Global to build a women and children oriented hospital in the heart of Bihar.
NewsX India A-list proudly recognizes Saima Khan for excellence in entrepreneurship.
Hello and welcome. I'm Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this special interview as part of our NewsX A-list series. We have with us today Saima Khan, who is an award-winning humanitarian and former co-founder of Step Up Dubai, which is a semi-government social club licensed by the Community Development Authority of Dubai. She has a total of 9 years of experience in social entrepreneurship and the NGO industry. She started at a young age itself, where she joined the United Nations as a youth delegate at the age of 16, and then she was promoted to a global poverty ambassador and also volunteered, in fact, with 65 charitable and social organizations. She has already completed more than 10,000 hours of volunteering, including sites in Africa, India, Turkey, and other poverty-torn countries. She's currently Global Partnerships Manager for Penny Appeal. Saima, welcome to NewsX.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Saima, just give us a bit of background about yourself and how did you start your journey?
Thank you for having me here today. So I'm originally from India, Pune, but I'm born and raised in Dubai. I first volunteered when I was 13 years old, and it was a forceful volunteering event that I went to because of my parents. And ever since then, I never got out of it. I decided that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I continued volunteering with a lot of other NGOs. I tried to gain the experience, work in different fields, different projects, and then I finally started Step Up Dubai. But the thing with Step Up Dubai is it was only with Dubai, and I felt that's not how I want to see my future. I want to do more, and that's when I moved to Penny Appeal, and I've been working on a lot of global projects dealing with food, water, sustainability, war-torn countries, poverty-torn countries. And now I am the Global Partnerships Manager, and I'm loving what I'm doing.
Okay, Saima, tell us a bit about what your biggest achievements have been so far through your journey while you've been earning your credentials.
The first one was the Princess Diana Legacy Award, because I've been greatly inspired by Princess Diana. How even though she was from the royal family and she didn't go by the rule book, and she did what mattered and she did what was right. That was one of my first biggest achievement. My second one was obviously opening Step Up Dubai. I never ever thought at the age of 18 I could have a licensed club in the UAE where the rules and procedures are so hard. Then I went on to receive the Queen Elizabeth Young Leader Award right before she passed away. So I was the last one and the first one to receive it from UAE. That was a very big accolade. Recently, I received a fully funded scholarship for Masters in Sustainable Humanitarian Action from UCAM University. And I've always wanted to do a Masters with a fully funded scholarship. I've gained a lot of awards and credentials on the way, but the other achievements are my projects relating to orphans, relating to water, relating to food, and traveling on field and experiencing what others don't.
You know, how has the journey for you been being a woman as well in this field? How has that been?
In all honesty, it's been very hard. It's not easy. It's quite difficult. And there are not a lot of women in my field, not even in my team, to be honest. Even in India, and when I traveled to Turkey, and when I went to Morocco as well recently during the earthquake, in all the three situations, I was the only woman on the team. And this also shows me how important it is for me to continue doing what I'm doing so that I can inspire more women to come on this field. I feel that for women, it's a little more harder because we're always underestimated. We don't even have the required qualification. And in general, it's a male-dominated industry. But I am working very hard to make my name and space in this niche.
I would want you to, shed some more light on that. Just elaborate a bit about that experience and those experiences being in earthquake-affected, areas and zones.
Yeah, when I went to Turkey after the first major earthquake, I was genuinely very scared, and I didn't want to go. And my team was very clear that they were running short of women on the team, and that's when, with a heavy heart, I said yes, but I kept a condition that I don't want to die when I go. and my brother's wedding was the month after. And when I went on the field, and there was another major earthquake, and I was so scared. And as being the only woman on team, I didn't have that kind of support and the shoulder that I needed. But when the children were scared, and most of these children who were rescued from under the rubbles had already lost their parents, even though we were a team of 10 people, out of which 9 were men and I was the only woman, the children and the women would come running to me. And that showed me how important it is to have women on the ground in such important moments, because I could provide the support that 9 husky men could not.
Yes, what have been also along your journey through the way the projects that have been closest to your heart?
From the beginning, I'm very close to projects relating to children. Anything to do with children lights up my mood, lights up my heart. The project that I did in UAE with special needs children, People of Determination, was very close to my heart. Other than that, in METW project, I worked very closely with the orphans in Togo. That was also very close to my heart. Currently and right now, there is a project in Bihar where I'm working with AICT Global to build a women and children oriented hospital in the heart of Bihar.
Okay.
And as somebody who visited Bihar recently, I could see the need for women and children to have that safe space to feel that they can be admitted and taken care of. So that's a project very close to my heart.
Right. I want to end by asking you what your message is to the youth watching you today on our channel. What would be your message to them, Saima?
Continue doing what you love. It will take some time for it to become a profession. Stay at it, and perseverance and patience is the only way.
All right, Saima, thank you so much for being with us today on NewsX, and wishing you all the very best in your journey ahead.
Making diamonds for all.
This journey been so far?
Diamond XC is basically an online platform. It is India's largest platform for natural and lab-grown diamonds. And the reason for starting this platform was bringing transparency to the final consumers.
Leading lab-grown diamonds surge.
People would like to know more. Would you like to share more about Diamond XC's offerings in terms of, what the products are all about?
The range starts from minimum 4,000 rupees, a single solitaire, and it goes to maximum to 50 crores of worth value on the diamond. So consumer have got a fantastic, I can say, options to select and buy the diamond.
NewsX India A-list proudly recognizes Ankit Singh Kimtee for excellence in entrepreneurship.
Welcome back. You're watching NewsX, and welcome to this special conversation that we are about to have with Mr. Ankit Singh Kimtee. He's the founder and director of Diamond XC. He's always been passionate about creating new opportunities with a penchant for technology. Ankit is blessed with an excellent business sense and acumen, and the unmatched ability to translate innovative ideas into successful enterprises for the future. Hailing from a background of diamond jewelers, Ankit was exposed to the techniques of the trade at a very early age. Ever since, he's been obsessed with everything diamond and has ensured to equip himself with all the knowledge required to excel in this business. He's with me in the studio. Ankit, thank you so much for having this conversation with us. First of all, congratulations on the successful completion of 1 year since your launch. Looking back, how has this journey been so far? और क्या-क्या कठिनाइयाँ भी आई आपको इस पूरी जर्नी में, इस पूरे सफ़र में, अंकित?
Thank you so much, Vineet, for giving a quick introduction about me. So basically, I would first like to start with the introduction of Diamond XC. That ये पूरा जो प्रोजेक्ट है हमने क्यों conceptualize करा? Diamond XC is basically an online platform. It is India's largest platform for natural and lab-grown diamonds. And the reason for starting this platform was bringing transparency to the final consumers. Normally विनीत क्या प्रॉब्लम होती थी कि आज का अगर किसी भी कंज्यूमर को डायमंड बाय करना होता है तो वो अपने ट्रस्टेड ज्वेलर्स पे डिपेंड करते हैं, उनको कोई भी ट्रांसपेरेंट मैकेनिज्म नहीं है कि हाउ टू चेक द प्राइजेस. वो नॉर्मली एक स्टोर पे जाते हैं, स्टोर पे जाने के बाद में डायमंड का जो सॉलिटर है उसका प्राइस इंक्वायर करते हैं और वो अपने ट्रस्टेड ज्वेलर पे डिपेंड करते थे। हम लोगों ने ये एक ट्रांसपेरेंसी फेस्ड ट्रांसपेरेंसी हम लोगों ने इसमें एक फील करी कि जो कंज्यूमर है वो अपने ट्रस्टेड ज्वेलर पे ही डिपेंड करते हैं और उनको कोई भी प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है जहाँ या कोई भी इकोसिस्टम नहीं है जहाँ उनको पता लगे कि एक्चुअली डायमंड के प्राइसेस क्या है। सो आफ्टर लैब ग्रोन्स कमिंग इनटू अ पिक्चर, वी रियली थॉट कि इट्स अ राइट टाइम to make consumer aware about the transparent. So we incepted this project almost an year before, and the reason for this was very much clear about bringing transparency to the consumers. So we are the India's largest online platform for buying and selling natural lab-grown diamonds.
That's wonderful, Ankit, and of course it sounds very much needed, because this was a space which obviously had a huge vacuum and you've been able to cultivate that. And of course, let's also talk about baat karte hain ki what inspired the vision to revolutionize this industry and create Diamond XC. Why did you think this was necessary?
As we talk about the need of the market after lab-grown diamonds coming into a picture was exactly bringing the right prices to the consumers. लैब ग्रोन डायमंड्स ने डायमंड इंडस्ट्री को रेवोल्यूशनाइज कर दिया है। जब हम कोई भी डायमंड प्राइसेस कंपेयर करते हैं फ्रॉम नेचुरल वर्सेस लैब ग्रोन, सो लैब ग्रोन डायमंड्स कम्स 1/10 द प्राइस ऑफ द नेचुरल डायमंड्स। ये जब डायमंड्स मार्केट में जब अवेलेबल होते हैं तो कंज्यूमर को सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है राइट प्राइस जानने के लिए। सो दैट वाज अ बेसिकली नीड ऑफ द मार्केट एट दिस मोमेंट, which we conceptualized to bring Diamond XC as a pure transparent platform for the consumers to know the right price.
Right, Ankit, how has the response been from jewelers and consumers, especially considering the traditional nature of diamond buying in India is very conventional?
Correct. So the response is Vineet, pretty much appreciated by the consumers, because till now in India specifically, this is the first product which is made in India. The whole team is based in India, and the people don't have the right mechanism to know the prices. So that was the reason why we thought of to bring this product.
Ankit, also talk about what sets Diamond XC apart in the diamond trading business, and how do you strive to solve industry challenges?
Industry challenges are pretty much clear, Vineet, here, because people still wanted to have the right prices all about. So the platform talks about a lot of things in terms of bringing to the consumers. We are just not catering natural lab-grown or fancy color diamonds, but we take a lot of things in terms of making people aware about the right prices. We take a lot of things about people giving the right knowledge, education, so that really helps the consumer to take it forward.
Ankit, people would like to know more. Would you like to share more about Diamond XC's offerings in terms of, what the products are all about?
So, Diamond XC is, as I said, is India's largest platform for natural lab-grown diamonds. We have inventory of more than 8 lakh plus diamonds. When the consumer comes on the platform, वो अपना जो search है, it is not restricted to just a few inventory. So the consumer have got a lot of options, and that's the challenges a normal consumer faces when he visit a physical store. Normally consumer behavior क्या होता है कि वो showroom पे जाते हैं, जब ज्वेलर उनको recommend करता है, he shows a limited option of 8 to 10 stones. यहाँ ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म से कंज्यूमर को एक ऑप्शन मिलता है पूरा कि अराउंड मोर देन 1000 स्टोन्स 5000 स्टोन्स ऑफ द सेम कैटेगरी को व्यू करने के लिए. We provide a door-to-door service, and we really work like a fulfillment service here. When the consumers do an online purchase, stones comes to our vicinity. There is a very strong QC process in which we have more than 20 parameters जिसमें stone search होता है. स्टोन सर्च होने के बाद में हमारी विसिनिटी में आता है. विसिनिटी में आने के बाद हम उसको QC करते हैं विथ मोर देन 20 पैरामीटर्स, एंड आफ्टर दैट द स्टोन हैव बीन शिप्ड टू द फाइनल एंड कंज्यूमर डोर स्टेप with a proper SQL and BVC ecosystem, or I can say with a proper like logistics. Delivery होने के बाद में if the consumer is not happy, he can return back to us. The platform does not help the consumer just for buying the natural and the lab-grown diamonds, but we are also coming with jewelry where we can directly provide rings, earrings, pendants. Also a special section which is known as DXC Lux. So Lux is a section where the diamonds which is more than $10 million or $5 million are also available on the platform. So the range starts from minimum 4,000 rupees a single solitaire, and it goes to maximum to 50 crores of worth value on the diamond. So consumer have got a fantastic, I can say, options to select and buy the diamond. So DXC Lux is one of the platform. We have DXC Bid. Bid, we talk about like auction, so consumer have a good opportunity to buy a diamond through an auction. Along with that, to buy any kind of diamond, we provide a perfect education through our educational partners, which is like GIE and IGI, which are the reputed laboratories of the world. So they really help us to provide the right education, which really helps the consumer to know what is the difference between natural and lab grown diamonds. So सबसे important question है जो consumers जानना चाहते हैं हम लोगों से कि natural lab grown को कैसे differentiate करा जाता है. So definitely हम उसमें help करते हैं.
Very fascinating. A diamond you can buy and you can return. That's absolutely brilliant. Ankit, also talk about, there's a perception, एक mindset है diamonds को लेके. How has, Diamond XC contributed towards changing the perception about diamonds in our country and, for everyone?
Vineet, after lab growns coming into a picture, so the perception of diamond industry have changed a lot. When we talk, I just wanted to go a little bit about deeper that who are the right target audience for buying natural diamonds. So what we see in the real life is like when the user basically at the age of 35, he is at the pretty stable stage. So diamond, we talk about luxury altogether. So 35 to 50 is the years in which the consumer has got the right buying capacity for the diamonds, and diamonds talks about luxury altogether. After lab growns coming into a picture, the scenario have completely changed. Lab growns have targeted more towards young millennials, I can say. So now the affordability have gone to the next level. Now diamonds is just not for the class, but it is also for the masses, and everybody can afford diamonds. So that's a beautification, I can say, or that's a beauty about the lab grown diamonds coming into a picture, in which the consumers have got the right a behavioral pattern of selecting a perfect diamond, whether it is a natural or a lab grown, and then they can take a call according to their budgets.
That sounds amazing, Ankit. And what role does education play in Diamond XC's approach, and how do you empower customers with this knowledge? Because I'm sure they come with a laundry list of questions to ask you and your platform.
Yeah, Vinita, the most important question everybody asked to us was how does a natural and a lab grown diamond differentiated? And we get a lot of queries about what is the exact difference. India में अभी भी थोड़ा सा challenge है in terms of right education, I can say, because lab grown diamonds को अभी भी कुछ लोग synthetic diamonds, artificial diamonds करके assume करते. But I really wanted to go into a fact. Lab grown diamonds is made through a technology which is from the laboratory in the form of a CVD or an HPHT. So a CVD is a fantastic technology, I can say, where no human eye can detect whether the diamond is a natural or a lab grown, and it can only be identified through certain machines based under the laboratory and that environment. So education plays a very important role for the consumer to understand those differences. And besides, the 4 C's are the biggest factor, because buying the diamond, you should first understand what is the right parameters and how to buy it.
Ankit, how does Diamond XC navigate the challenge of online diamond buying, especially when it comes to loose diamonds being relatively unheard of in the Indian consumer base until very recently? Is that a challenge?
Vinit, I would like to tell here that when a consumer wants to buy a diamond, they don't know a lot about the cut, clarity, color, carat, which is the 4 C's of the diamond. What they really understand is basically the price. So every consumer have got a mind that I wanted to buy a diamond which is worth between 2 lakh to 3 lakh rupees. They got a certain particular budget. So when they come to our platform, we have got a exclusive section, or I can say a search option, where they can just enter the price and they can search the diamond on the platform, in which we provide a huge variety according to those budgets, and then the online behavioral pattern happens. Yes, in India, the trend is coming on, because online, what we see currently from the past few years, big players are entering into online markets, and we see still a few gap that in diamond industry, nobody have took that initiative of bringing this kind of platform, which really helps the consumer to make the right buying decisions.
Ankit, of course, a very important question that also comes to everybody's mind is, how do you ensure that customers feel secure when making payments on the website? Because some of these payments, can be extraordinarily high as well.
Definitely, Vineet, like in Indian markets, online pattern, people have got a limited capacity because of the Indian ecosystems. So that is why we partnered with our banking partners like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, which really brings trust to our platform. And this is the first time in India that the banks have collaborated with us in an exclusive manner of providing a benefit to the consumer by giving a flat 5% discount on the total value of the product. Definitely, the consumers have got a limit on their credit cards while having a buying patterns on the online ecosystem, but the ecosystem have designed in such a way that every diamond what we ship is been certified by respected laboratories. It has got a laser number inscribed on the product. So after getting the delivered, if the consumer is really not happy, they can return back the product to us. So we take care in terms of the trust to the consumer that whatever they are buying online and whatever payment they are doing, if they are not happy, we can return or refund back to them within the next 7 working days.
That sounds, extremely viable. Ankit, last question before we let you go. What plans does Diamond XC have for future geographical expansion and service enhancement as well?
We need as you say, like the online platform is not just limited to an Indian vicinity. Diamond XC is going global. We are recently starting our operations in Dubai and then expanding globally. The best part is this is the first platform which is Make in India. The whole team is based in India, and we really like to thankful to our suppliers who are based in Surat and Mumbai. We provide a fulfillment service, so this platform is not limited to an Indian vicinity, but it's a global platform, and we'd be happy to serve it globally to rest of the world.
Well, Ankit, this is not only a great idea, an idea that needed to be executed, but this is also a great disruption that you have started in our country. I really appreciate you taking out the time, coming all the way from Bombay to Delhi to speak to us and enlighten and in fact, tell us more about Diamond XC. Thank you so much for being here.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.